So welcome to this tutorial. So we're starting with construction of angles. So mainly we start with the acute angle. Acute angle are angles that are less than 90, up to so those that are more than 90 degrees. So we're starting with an acute angle. So the first acute angle we are going to take is 60 degree. So we're going to take an angle of 60 degree as our first angle. So how do we construct 60 degree with a compass? So to construct 60 degree, draw a straight horizontal line. From that line, mark out a point. The line is of no dimension, just straight horizontal line. Mark out a point, take your compass. So with a small radius, 2 or 3 centimeter, put it at the point, draw a semicircle. So after drawing the circle, don't forget faint line. So put it at the first point of intersection of the semicircle, rather. So put it at the first point, draw an arc. The second point, draw an arc. So we take any small radius, we put it at the point to draw a semicircle. Then with that same radius, put it at the 2 points of intersection to get arcs on the semicircle. So what we just did is that we divided 180 into 3. That's giving us 60 degree. So now getting 60 degree, we draw the line to join one of the arc to the points that you mark out. Then join the other horizontal line to the side. So that acute angle there gives us an angle of 60 degree. Because what we do, we divided 180 into 3 to get 60. So that's for construction of angle 60 with a compass. So now how do we now construct another acute angle which is 30 degree? So the same way, draw an horizontal line, mark out a point, draw a semicircle, and also with the same radius, put it at the point of intersection to get an arc. So the essence of that is that, when we get 60, to get 30, we are going to divide 60 into 2 to get an angle of 30. So we take a small radius, put it at the point, draw a semicircle with the same radius, put it at the 2 points of intersection to get an arc. Then we can increase the radius. The 2 points of intersection now is the first one of the semicircle, and the second one is the one gotten by the arc. That's angle 60. So we bisected it into 2 to get an arc outside, uh, outside there where the two intersect. So you join it to the first point that you mark out, and also join the horizontal line. So that construction there give us an angle of 30 degree. So that give us 30 degree because we divided the 60 into 2. We bisected the 60 into 2. So that give us an angle of 30. Also, we still have another acute angle which we can construct with our compass. We still have a 15. So you understand the logic there. To get 60, we divided 180 into 2. To get 30, we divided 60 into 2. Then to get 15, we have to divide 30 into 2. So it does the same way. Draw the horizontal line, mark out a point, draw a semicircle. So you draw a semicircle with your compass. You take any radius, put it at the point, draw a semicircle. So put it at the 2 points of intersection to get an arc from each of the points. So remember that arc is 16. So now put it at the first point of intersection, get an arc. Second point, get an arc. So where the two meet there, that's what 30. So what we firstly do as a faint line, we firstly join that line to that arc, so that we have a point to use as 30. So that point of 30 to the first point, that will give us 15. So if we bisect the two, so put it at the first point, get an arc. Put it at the second point, get an arc. So don't forget, it's any radius that we use there, but just that by the time you put it at those 2 points, you must use the same radius between those 2 points to get the arc. So when the two intersect, join it to the center point. That gives you the line for 15. Then join the horizontal line also together. Okay. So that angle that we got there is angle 15 degrees. So that's for acute angles, some of the angles that we can construct with a compass. Although there are many more that we can construct, but we are going to stop there for acute angle. So now, okay. So we can also take 45. So let's take 45. So 45 is also an acute angle. But how do we get 45? The logic is dividing 180 into 2 to get 90, then dividing 90 into 2 to get 45. So take any small radius, put it at the point you mark out, draw a semicircle. So in this one now, what you just have to do, increase the radius, maybe like twice of the radius now. So put it at the 2 points of intersection to get an arc upward. No more on the semicircle, but upward. So twice the radius. If you use 2 before, you now use 4. So now join the points vertically together to the point you mark out. That's 19. So now the 2 points, the first point there where the circle intersects with the line and the semicircle. So make sure you are using the same radius. If the radius change, you take another radius. So put it at the 2 points of intersection there, both for the 90 and the point where the semicircle meets to get an arc outward. So mark out the points, then join it to the first point that you mark out. So that's the line for 45, then join the horizontal line to the right. So that angle there, that acute angle gives you an angle of 45 degree. So that's the construction of 45 degree with a